As I ponder on the patio, one of the things I can't get out of my mind is this term resilience, right? It's a term that's been heavily utilized, especially in the last 2.5 years during the pandemic, encouraging all of us to bounce back from adversity and continue to be strong as we persevere, right? Resiliency leverage is a term for perseverance through life's challenges and adversities. And I get, right? I think teaching the concept of being having perseverance is truly important, because we have to learn how to respond to negative events. We have to learn how to be able to process and ponder what growth and success looks like, and be able to leverage our spaces well enough to be strong. Like, I get it. Oftentimes though, the resiliency conversation leaves out the systemic conditions that people face. It doesn't necessarily get to root cause of what people are needing to be resilient for, right? And oftentimes too, it can really be disingenuous. I don't know, it just makes me feel disingenuous to tell somebody, oh yeah, just power through, be resilient, when hey, maybe today I just need to grieve for a minute. Maybe I just need to take a step back and relax. I don't have to push so hard. Too often in our English language as well, in our English language, we are some words are overused, and I just feel resiliency is one of those words that's been overused and oversimplified. I do think that there's an aspect of leveraging that term to be resilient with the thought of being restorative, being strong, being healthy. However, it's been lost in translation. And so as I'm pondering, I'm preparing for a presentation here pretty soon to talk through this concept in depth, developing more handles and tactics for leaders and organizations to, yes, be resilient individually, but be socially aware of how other people are engaging in life's events or engaging with our institutions and our leadership, and asking the questions, how are they doing? And what am I doing that is causing them to feel like they need to be resilient? And what can we do to change that? Is there anything we can do to change that? Case in point, right now I'm processing, we're live in the midst of the Roe v. Wade post-Roe decision here, and institutions and organizations, or people, we'll go back here, there's people on various sides of the spectrum when it comes to it. More that I lean towards is that I just know people are hurting. Like, people are truly experiencing some trauma and pain regarding this. There's some real people regarding all of this, right? And if I look at it from a leader institutional lens, there were some institutions that said, hey, yeah, we recognize the role that we can play and that we have in this decision, or how does the fallout of this decision. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to offer financial assistance. We're going to help provide care. We're going to look into their system. These institutions looked into their organization and said, what can we do to help change the narrative, or to relieve some pressure here, so a person doesn't have to experience additional trauma and need to be resilient in our workspace. And there are other institutions that didn't. We're not going to get there. But that's a prime example of we have power in our leadership, in our institutions, to help provide support and social responsibility, so that a person can come to work and not feel harmed, unsafe, physically or psychologically, ostracized, marginalized, in whatever capacity, right? Because all those things help or hinder a person from being successful in the workplace, being successful employees, being successful people in general, like to thrive in the work. So if we recognize that if leaders, if people need to feel safe at work, to have what they need to be successful, to not, to yes, experience adversity, but not be bombarded with adversity and have no type of support in that. If we can help alleviate those things within our leadership and our institutions, maybe our staff would stay. Maybe they would feel confident and comfortable to go above and beyond their current workload. You know, maybe they would be able to thrive in the space. But that doesn't work if we aren't holding ourselves accountable in our role in the reasons why people need to be resilient. So I ponder that on the patio, and I want you to ponder that as well. Welcome to the patio with me. Ponder with me, what are the things that you're doing in your actions, in your work, in the things that you oversee that causes somebody to be resilient? Are you perpetuating harm? Are you making places unsafe? Are you supporting people in the midst of the pain? Are you providing relief? What does that look like? How are you encouraging or holding your leaders accountable towards helping to create that for the historically excluded individuals in our society? And can we create safe spaces and all that? And that's what I'm pondering on the patio.